Well, I'm glad someone like you is laughing while you play the game, because that means that I've done a good job in my mission. This game is kind of the opposite end of the spectrum of something like Street Fighter, which is a pretty serious game. But this, I wanted to put those things in that would make people laugh and that they would find amusing. And if you laugh when you play the game, then I think we did a good job on the dev side. Making the game for Japan, Tatsunoko Productions is a very popular animation production company in Japan, so it was just natural to actually pair Tatsunoko with Capcom characters and see what would happen, because for the Japanese people that would be something that would be interesting to them. Now, I understand bringing it to the States, it would be different because no one in America really knows who these characters were. So my goal is, I don't want people to just think of these as Tatsunoko characters per se, but think of this as a new entry in the Versus series, as you mentioned. And as a Versus game, it can be enjoyed on that level. Even though you don't know these characters, you'll just have fun using them. So the Versus series, what that's indicative of is you have a simple input, and that leads to some over-the-top results on the screen itself. We wanted to make a game that was simple, had simple controls that a novice could get into right away and still enjoy those amusing elements in the game. But then we wanted to make sure that we found a balance where those core fighting game fans would find something special. So we wanted to focus on that, making sure that it had the proper fighting game mechanics in it, but at the same time still be able to appeal to someone who hasn't played these types of games before. We got lots of requests for characters to put into this game, so what we did is we just tried to cover the basics of what most fans would want to see in a game like this, and we tried to make sure we put enough of those characters in that would please the greatest number of people. When we decided that we were going to put this game out in the American and European regions, we did research to decide, well, what character should we put in, what's popular out there, and what kept coming back to us, that Frank West from Dead Rising was a pretty popular character. So we went and we played the game Dead Rising and see what he was like, and well, if you've seen Dead Rising, you know he's got a lot of crazy moves in that game. And he's a pretty funny character himself, and that funniness suits him to this game. So actually, for creating his attacks and his basic moves, it was pretty easy to come up with them, because he's the type of character that just lends himself to these certain crazy attacks and a certain measure of serious attacks as well. But for us as a dev team, it was pretty easy to come up with stuff for him to do, and actually the end result I'm pretty satisfied with. I think he came out really well. The game's not going to be out quite yet. It's coming soon, so just hold on, but you're in for a great experience.